Undead Unluck, David and Thurman edition. It's back again.
Oh, so we've
So
mentioned we were going to rotate the cast out. Everything aligned perfectly, so where we're all doing like 3 videos today.
it's very interesting too, because it's so weird now that we've like gotten rid of like my hero and like all the, like it's weird. We've come accustomed to the channel to do this type of stuff.
Oh
But
yeah,
anyway, on to the chapter. Wow, it's like the week of fights. Like it's been a month of fights for Jump.
it,
Like almost every shonen series right now is in a fight arc right now.
yeah, it's definitely. It does seem like the month of fights for Shonen Jump, and what's really funny is it's only been 2 weeks of chapters.
So, a very interesting conclusion to this combat here. So, so my questions have been answered. They killed him. Shot him straight to the fucking heart. That's
Yeah,
why. Like this
like
has a
Brett and I had this like weird like theory, like maybe they won't, fully kill him off. Maybe they'll try to reform him, or maybe they'll just like they'll Fujimoto it. Well, they Fujimoto'd it. I,
oh yeah.
like
They
my God, man. I wasn't expecting this outcome. Were you?
no, I was because I was. You remember I told you and David, you and Brett this. I was just like, are they really gonna kill him? Like, because last video, last chapter, I was just like, I know they have on move, so they can just replace him, but it's just like all that hard work gone the waste, to to find the location of that mission for him. So my thinking is that so they did kill him. Well, you never know. They might pull like a fake death thing, but I don't know. The series hasn't really done that yet. So
Yeah.
unless the author wants this character to be like
A one-off
like a
villain. Like here was his like big battle to build Andy up and showcase
yeah,
the team dynamic here moving forward.
yeah, if they want to do that to him or keep him like a Eisen type of thing, like he'll be back type of thing, because he was interesting. I'm not too attached to the character, but he was interesting,
Yeah, for
and
real.
this combat was actually very intriguing as well. So basically, they did their usual combo, right? The whole meteor strike, bro. Like that's a
Yeah,
whole. I can just imagine this. Like if there ever was like a Jump like fighting game, right? I can just imagine this being his level 3. Just like he has Fuko in there, come and kiss him, and then he had the meteor just fall like during combat. Like that's already like his signature move, bro. Like that's already.
yeah. This is definitely the signature move, and funny you should mention that. Like we filmed a video not that long ago, like talking about like the potential next Jump fighting game in that when we were doing the Big Five shit. I guess if Fred wants to actually watch through this before he schedules it out, you can iCard that right here in the corner. Otherwise, it's like our most, like 10 most recent videos. But like for real, dude, like the combat in this is another one of those that really will benefit from an anime adaptation. This one being more R18 rated.
Yeah, it's gonna be definitely because I mean, majority of Jump series are teen rated, blood, guts, not guts, but
Yeah, even like My Heroes in that T rated with the whole war shit going on right now. But yeah, like this one, the fluidity of this battle, like all the little tiny things you would see sped up in frame, you'd see like the meteor, like meteor strike.
meteor strike. It's a very doomsday.
I like that's gonna be like a 3 second flash, like almost like the first Kamehameha when it comes out. Like boom, here you go. There's the first burst of unlock, and that's setting the tone for the entire series fight wise, with all the finger bullets. All this will be an animator's like orgasm for like I could do so many things with this, but will the studio let me? Because
So
that's also a big thing in the industry. Like, will the studio let them get away with all their crazy shit, or are they going to do it like weekly? But now we've gone to this like seasonal shit, so we don't have that worry so much. But yeah, whew.
that's very interesting too because I'm curious to see how how specifically like the meteor shit will play in fruition here.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
I mean, like, because what basically got from this in particular is that so Fuko kisses him, and then she basically uses his ability to because technically the meteor strike wasn't even meant to the meteor strike was mostly meant for a distraction
Mm-hmm.
because you see he says here on page 9 he's like so long as I have you, nothing they throw away hit mark. And the meteor basically was used to bring up the waves, and then Andy used that as a means to float, and then he used his finger bullet, like
Yeah.
a super like a extra charged up super bullet, just to fuck get like bro. That shit's kind of lit.
Yeah, like you've seen Andy form back into this badass that he's been, like historically I have had all this shit stowed aside, been planning for all this shit in the first couple chapters. Like you see him living the prepper life. Um, don't did did we get DC'd?
Uh, no.
No, that was wild. Okay, anyway, but yeah, because I got like another call from you mid call.
Oh yeah, because I'm on my phone. I was trying to switch over to my laptop, and
Ah,
see it transfers you to the to like the thing, but it didn't.
interesting. Well, that's something we've learned for moving forward. But like we've
Okay,
we
so
we've seen him form back into the like ultimate badass in this fight. Like I have a plan for everything, but also utilizing all the skills he learned throughout the series. So it brought a whole nother layer to his fucking fighting character. Like breaking down like this is my character traits, this is my fighting style, this is everything here. It's interesting and
oh
everything.
yeah,
Everything from this little bit here on the boat has played into up to this, like we've seen the villain winning. We've seen everything up until like, and I got my lucky strike in. Boom.
oh yeah, and it's what's interesting too is like technically so we know for the fact that Fuko basically so we got more in depth of what unrepaired basically is. Like the more you care about your life, the more you won't get repaired basically,
Yeah.
and that's interesting dynamic there. Like an interesting thing. So it's like he was like, the more I negate you in your, okay, so the more you desire to live. So people, so that's actually pretty broken because almost everyone desires to live, right? Unless you're like super, depressed or something like that. But most humans, it's a trait to want to live. You want to live. You don't want to die,
Yeah.
no matter what you're at. And so like that's a very OP ability too because now you're just like,
I
oh
wonder.
shit.
I wonder if it would have affected Chapter One Fuko.
Probably not. Because she already made up her mind that she wants to die too.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. But not it probably would affect her now
Exactly.
because now she actually wants to live. Andy kind of gave her a reason to live. But Chapter One Fuko probably wouldn't have given a shit.
Yeah. So that shows that there is people in this universe that like that power might not affect because like look at how fucked up some of these people's powers are. Would Tatiana, for example, prior to meeting Fuko, have been affected by that because her entire life was being fed through a tube, not being able to really touch anything because everything was repulsed until she was in that ball. So,
Yeah, because I mean, I think it depends on the type of negator ability you have. Because like people who, because technically it's a power that wouldn't really even work on Andy because Andy doesn't care. He wants to die. So I
yeah,
think the only fight really did work on him per se is because he wants to stay alive.
to
So
protect those around him.
yeah, and then Fuko, he wants to be killed by Fuko. He wants to choose his way of death.
Yep.
That's why he's like, I don't want you to kill me. I want her to kill me. I want to die in like my own way. But then he was like, well, Repair made one miscalculation, and then he was like, and it's interesting too because the narrator box, it was like there wasn't a single person present acting in the interest of their own lives. So that means that even Unmove was like, I don't give a fuck if I die as long as I can protect them. I'm Gucci. Like that's fucking wild, bro.
Yeah.
Oh shit! No one can, bro. You know that's my aesthetic. Don't no crying for death right now.
Yeah, absolutely. This this series has been like one of Jump's two biggest enigmas right now. Chainsaw Man and this really rank up there in the like what the fuck era of Jump, as I'm calling it. Like, it seems like Jump had thrown its rulebook out. Like, we can't be so safe and sterile anymore. We need to take risks, and these are the two biggest risks they've taken from a storytelling and a violence dark era aesthetic. Like, you're seeing, I guess even My Hero is weighing into that like war side of things too, but and I don't even read it. It's just based on Twitter trends, but like this and Chainsaw Man have really thrown everything out the window. Like, and I absolutely love that Jump's taking these risks from a storytelling perspective because it's allowing authors to take a more dark and mature tone as their demographic continues to rise.
Mm-hmm.
But and on the like, I don't, I'm not acting in my own accord line of things. Like, holy fucking shit! Like, Andy wanting to die by Fuko, Unrepair not giving a shit. Everybody else in there like not caring for their own safety, but working as a team to get their own fucking goals achieved. It's actually quite beautiful.
Oh yeah, and I once again, after 388, they killed this man.
Uh,
So Fuko's alive and he can repair himself. But now I'm just like, okay, so what's next?
yeah,
What's really next for us right now? So now that first of all, I want to say I love the fight choreography too. It felt like an Iraqi fight, like a JoJo fight. Honestly, not
yeah,
too much hand to hand combat, but it took a lot of abilities. Like they used their abilities in unique ways, and then you kind of gotten that sort of balance of we have to outsmart each other with our abilities. But to be fair, though, I feel like Andy had more to work with
oh yeah.
than Pear
Well,
did.
well, absolutely. He had more to work with. He had the trifecta there of everybody using their abilities, and they also the outside help from Tatiana there at the end, leading up to this chapter. So he had all these other elements to work with. Like, I can get you right here to where I can set all this masterpiece of a move up, where I can use the meteor to come down from the heavens, cause this wave, distraction, finger guns, boom, your chest is blown out. Whereas the other teams are just like, huh?
Yeah,
I
they have to, because technically speaking, we don't even know where the other because he had a gang, but we don't know where they are either.
Yeah, like that's also a great point there. Like, we don't know where the rest of them are. They're like, well, I see the writing on the wall here. Shit's gonna hit the fan. We're gonna fuck off and save our own skins, or are they gonna come back, regroup, and try to take down Andy and crew? Um, are we gonna go back and talk to Apocalypse? Get the next group of tasks here and see how fucked the world's gonna be in 2 days. Like, there's a lot of because remember, that's kind of where we're at with this series. Like, no matter what we do, on a losing battle here until we can defeat God. Like, we have our end
Oh yeah,
goal. We have our end goal. We're going to JRPG it, but like outside of that, we are playing this battle to battle. Like, we can go get this negator. We can go help save this group. We can go on this mission, find this artifact. But like, the more I word it out loud, it's like I'm reading Final Fantasy in a way.
yeah. Because I mean, what's interesting too is just like now that they have, so now that we know they have their 11C, I'd be shocked if they didn't have their if they didn't have Unmove after everything he's done
Yeah,
and their 11C. So now that they have him here, like, are we gonna? Because I believe they get a new mission every 3 months. I believe so. They still have some time unless they time skip it. So I think during I'm pretty sure that our fans will correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I think
oh
it's
yeah,
every 3 months. Apocalypse will show up and give them a new task. So if that is the case, I'm legitimately curious as to what they're gonna do because I would almost assume that they would probably take the last maybe few months that they have before the next mission starts to train Unmove so he can be more combat ready.
yeah,
Like maybe he'd be able to utilize his Unmove in very unique ways. Like maybe like if he closes like one eye, he can have like vision and like one way. Because in this series, there's a very unique ways you can use your powers. Like Andy uses his powers in unique ways, and so does Fuko. Fuko is trying to learn how to use her power in unique ways, right? So I can almost assume that they're gonna have. I can almost guarantee you they're gonna have like a training portion in like their organization that's like, okay, clearly your support ability, but you're gonna have to learn how to fight on your own. So we're gonna teach you like maybe like some martial arts or something like that, or ways that you can utilize your power to where you can be somewhat more useful than you are.
Yeah, and he's clearly, obviously, the most green out of the fucking group here, so he would benefit the most from this like training montage, like Rocky style. But will he buckle to that, or will he actually be like, yeah, cool, I can help Andy and Fuko and everybody else here because you saved me from a terrible fate, really. Like, or will he continue to be a coward because clearly that's his character trope here. He's the weakling coward, but nobody in this universe really can benefit from being that.
Oh yeah, because I mean, I'm pretty sure they're gonna give him a choice. Now, something we have to realize is that they will probably have to give him a choice, or he will probably make his own decision. Like, because I mean, truthfully, it would make sense for him to be the 11th seed, but then I just thought about it. Maybe he wouldn't even want it. He's not really like a person. He reminds me of like Chapter 1 Fuko. Like, because Fuka, originally, like we talked about before, she didn't even want to
continue living.
She not even continue living. She didn't even want to join the organization to begin with. She only joined it to try to kill them because they wanted to kill her because she was dangerous. And then she was like, "Oh, they're making her," because she saw Andy's. I forgot the girl's name, the one who controlled gravity. I forgot her name, but it was like, "Oh, she made him like do like awful stuff," and she was like, "Andy, I want to kill them because they did this to her." And then she changed her mind because she realized like, "Oh shit, they're not actually bad people. They just do what they have to do because there are some dangerous negators out there." Yep. So now she's like, and so now I think because she had that, we talked about that, she had that character development with her. So I'm like, now that that's been the case, we kind of have to realize that, oh shit, she's like, she has this situation to where now, oh shit, he has a situation now like, oh shit, if we have to explain the situation to him, he might actually have to man up and legitimately join like the organization. But because, like you said, being a coward is his trope. But one good thing about the series is that it has really good character development. Like almost every character we've seen so far has good character development. So I can almost assume that maybe like later on, like maybe it might not even be that soon, but in the upcoming chapters, he's like, oh shit, if they explain the situation to him, or he might be so grateful, he might actually join the organization. But because originally I was like, maybe he wouldn't, because like I said, he is a coward. So, like you said, he is a coward. So maybe he might be like, nah, that was like a one-time thing. I'm glad I can help you guys out, but this is, that's not me. I'm not a fighter like that.
Yeah.
So it's definitely interesting.
Yeah, for sure. But like moving forward, like we've been saying, like this series definitely does give off a little bit of Dragon Ball Z vibes. Like it definitely seems like one of those that's written week to week, despite its success. So it kind of plays on that enigma of Jump. Like clearly, this series is doing phenomenally overseas. I guess they're kind of playing it safe to see the Western audience. Like, okay, we can go here with this, but it has like the ability to naturally end at any point as well. And that's another thing we're seeing with modern Jump series. Like, we know the culture of the industry now. Like, you have to do well in the TLC, and we talk about this in another video. I forget which one that we filmed recently. Every pandemic video has started to blend together to me.
I think it was definitely the.
Was it the spoilers one? that hasn't come
No, no,
out yet?
no. It was a top 5 video.
It was a top 5 video. But yeah,
Yeah.
we talked about how the series survives. Like TLC, the volume sales, like there is a way for your series to either stay or go in Modern Jump. Very much so, because there's an infinite number of series just sitting there waiting to be published.
Oh yeah. So basically, what it is it's like you have to survive the TOC, and then you have to survive volume sales. If you survive those two things, you're golden.
Yeah. But this is the one series that, like, at least over in Japan, every volume has had a reprint already. So it's kind of wild to me that, like, he's still playing it like super safe with the natural ending point. But given the
So I mean,
industry,
it might be one of those things to where like it's gonna be a because it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna take a while for them to. Because what I can think is gonna happen is it's gonna be like a, I wouldn't say adventure of the week sort of thing, but more so a like they're gonna it's gonna be like a time skip. I'm sure more so like a like, oh, we're gonna do this is gonna be like side tangents. I'm sure, shit like that.
oh
I
yeah,
feel like.
it definitely kind of feels like not so much adventure of the week, but it definitely does feel like kind of. I know I'm going to get roasted in the comments for this comparison. It kind of feels like a Rick and Morty, like, or later series Family Guy, where, like, we can do this wacky thing over here, or we can do this wacky thing over here, and battle, battle, battle. This,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
because I mean, because this series feels like it has a lot of stuff it can still do.
oh yeah,
It doesn't feel
absolutely.
like it
Like,
doesn't feel like we're in like the. Because I know we're only like on 27 chapters. Like I'll have to wait until like chapter like 50 to see where the direction of the series turns, because that's gonna be like the breaking point, because then we'll know what direction the author wants to take it.
oh yeah, absolutely. Like, but like, it definitely, and like 15, 16 chapters in, we were introducing aliens, and like they're fucking off because of just the sheer will of one character. Like, it's like the shit's fucking wild. So that's why I was given like the Rick and Morty, Family Guy, like almost gaggy but not full gag series. Definitely not full
Oh,
adventure of the week, but yeah, it borders on the multiple genres. It has a very unique genre blending area.
oh yeah, for sure. And I like to say, man, I'm really enjoying it so far. Like it's definitely becoming it definitely had leaving its mark on me. The characters, like this chapter alone, was just like I can't express enough how good it was. Like very strategic combat, but it was still enjoyable to really read. So truly, I really hope it survives. I mean, it's surviving so far, but overall, dude, like this is coming out to be. It's really getting it into its own. It's getting apparently one of its own. Put it like that.
Yeah, like the
I definitely feel like it's going to be one of those heavy hitters in the future that our kids are going to be talking about.
yeah,
If it makes it that far.
yeah, and like back when we did like these bursts of like why you should read videos, like I was like, we can continue like at 20 chapters on this, or we could continue 20 chapters on Ghost Rider. But like reading Ghost Rider, the last two chapters, like it definitely feels like it's lost that luster. And then this one, every week we're reading it, it's just like boom, 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 boom. It's a
Ooh,
quick,
the quality keeps coming, bro. The quality keeps coming.
like like it's a quick read, like Chainsaw Man. Like there's not a lot of, there's obviously like nuance and depth to everything, but there's a lot. It's like, okay, I can read this on my break at work and still be able to come back, film a video. Here we go, and then move on to the next week and go back and be like, okay, so that you can beautiful mind this shit a bit, and just like Chainsaw Man, but like it's that quick read as well. So it's, I don't know,
Oh yeah, sure.
like
First of all, I just want to mention, like, it's so funny how like Fuka kisses Andy on the cheek, and then unrepaired girl is just like, are they kissing? And he was like, want to do the same? And she was like, get serious.
yeah, he's like, get the fuck away from me.
Like this dude is fucking hilarious, bro. Like, it sucks he's gonna die.
Yeah,
Like if I could see him becoming such an interesting character if he would still be alive. You never know. They
yeah.
might take the easy way out. He may still be alive. I don't know.
They might Ray from Promised Neverland it. Nah, bitch, you were too popular. You can't die.
Like, because I can see him being like he actually died, but like he had like an extra life or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
New game plus that shit.
yeah, because it's so weird. Like, why would they not? Like he's an interesting character.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I'm just like, it's so weird, bro. Because they put the author. I'm see how the author's going to do this because they put themselves in an interesting predicament because he has to. It's either him or Fuko, right? And then like if he dies, his negator ability is going to go to someone else. So like, are they going to kill him and then just find the person who gets his ability, or just like fuck the unrepair ability, give us a move? It's so weird. I don't know. I'm so confused. I'm curious to see where the direction's going to go because
Yeah.
that will be interesting.
Yeah, and that's the other interesting thing with this universe. Like the negator abilities continuing to move on from host to host to host, it just creates this infinite loop of unwinnability for the heroes. Like because no matter what they do, that ability is still in play. Like they would have to have an infinite number of seats for all of these different abilities to kind of like, and then boom, we destroy God. But right now,
Yeah,
they're definitely just building the best party to take on the final boss.
yeah, definitely RPG. This guy definitely loves his RPGs, bro.
Uh, I cannot make that comparison enough. Like it is what it is. The minute you mention Kill God, my brain goes, "This is a JRPG. Fuck everybody else's opinion." Because that's the fucking trope. Like every JRPG, you're killing a god or godlike creature in a way. Like it's fucking wild. And then like the ability to select members, it just plays into that even more.
It just warms our gaming hearts for
Yeah,
sure. Definitely warms it.
but and not to
So,
mention being announced with a fuck ton of controversy behind it.
oof, that sounds like modern day RPGs.
Yeah, like I don't like the game mechanics, so fuck this game.
Andy's too broken, bro. No, Fuko's too broken to summon meteors as her limit break.
Yeah, like
She's a Sephiroth, yo.
yeah, for real. Get her a gray wig and just fucking one giant sword.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Anyway, what do you think the next chapter is going to be, man? Since we actually are in a period where we're getting week to week chapters again.
I honestly don't know, bro. It's interesting because now that we have this, I'm legitimately curious. So I have a few questions. I have a few questions that I want to know. Firstly, are they really gonna kill him off? That's the first thing. Secondly, will Unmove actually join the organization, or will they wait like a month to see who gets the unrepairability if he actually dies? So, because I'm legitimately curious now, because now they killed the asshole who had unrepair. Because my thinking is like they kill unrepair, and they're like, Unmove, you're cool, or Unmove's like, I'm sorry, I don't want to be any a part of this organization, but if you guys need me, I'll come, when I need it, right? So that, or I can see it being like a oh, we're gonna wait a bit and then we're gonna find the location of him again. Because I don't know, I really don't know like the full like implications of the reward. So like if they do essentially kill him, kill him, like will they be able to find him again? Like will Apocalypse be like, oh, here's the location of Unrepair again? Like, or they have to go back in? Because I think me and Red talked about this last week. We were like, if they do kill him, will they have to get the reward again? So like, this is where his location is. Because if Unmoved, because
Are they going to Skyrim it? Like you have infinite radiant quests?
maybe we don't know. Because think about it, right? Because if Apocalypse is the kind of person who's just like, because we were like, he's a god, like a chaotic neutral. Like he just likes to fuck around the world. He's one of those like guys who just like to fuck around the world.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking is is that maybe if he's like oh, you guys kill a repair, fine. If you guys beat this mission, I'll give you this location again, you know. And when it comes to shit like that, you have situations to where it's like, okay, if we find him again and he becomes our seat again, will we be able to, because I mean they can still search for him, because the way it says was if you die, the person right next to you gets it, but we don't know how randomized it is. We hypothesize that Apocalypse just decides who he wants to pick. Like he gets to choose, like, all right, you killed this repair. Who do I want to give a repair to? Because another thing we have to keep in mind too is that negator ability seems to manifest inside of you when you're very young, and so will Apocalypse be a fucking creep and give it to a child, or will he give it to an adult? It's interesting.
Yeah.
So like we don't really know what he's thinking as a god, because we see he's really chaotic neutral. Like he just wants to fuck around. He likes making people, confused as shit.
Yeah.
So I can almost assume is that like, okay, if they go the route of killing Unrepair, and they're like, okay, Apocalypse is like, I want to fucking give it to this person. Will he say like, all right, after 3 months, the next mission, here is the reward again to find Unrepair? Or they're just like, oh hey, I'm gonna let you guys chase for a little bit. Here's Unrepair, who I gave Unrepair to, and they find him. Because I'm really curious to see where they go with this.
Oh yeah.
Even if they even kill him at all.
Yeah. So I can see it going a couple ways on that level. Like, definitely, Apocalypse is like, you know what? I like to troll the universe. I like to be like, okay, and everybody understands every language universally. Like that's a great reward. That's a great buff for like your party being like, okay, I can understand you. And it allows a unique little layer of storytelling where like it doesn't matter where they recruit their heroes from to go forth and fight, but it also gives the unnecessary application like I can understand everything no matter where I'm at. Meaning like say two people are out there just listening to each other's conversation. Like, boom, okay. Well, that's state secrets over there being talked about. I
Yeah.
created, and then by the end of that, you got Space Force fighting off with aliens up in the up like fucking Oni from goddamn Halo. Okay, it's going to lead to some fuckery on that level if that was a real thing. That's all I'm saying. But like, also it everything that he's done, he's been like, okay, you fucked up and failed this one, so another Uma's out there. You got to go kill that thing. Well, but on the recycling that, like that would be the perfect troll. Like I'm going to dangle this little thread. Like, you know how OP this power is. Do you want it for your party? Or are you going to kill off one of your teammates and cause a coup? What are you going to do? I love the fucking ambiguous nature of the story with that kind of shit because everything can line up so perfectly. Like, it gets into the host's head for these powers. Like, I didn't have this ability like 20 minutes ago. Shit. I can go cause chaos. Like, imagine if there's one that's like, I can go invisible. Like, I'm the perfect espionage here. Well, shit, I can go rob a bank, and instantly they're branded as the villain. But are they really? Can they use their powers for good? So there's just all sorts of shit that's so fucking unique about the series and the power system. It's wild.
Oh yeah, man. So I give this chapter, the first review of the week. Well,
It's definitely won't be the first one up though.
it won't be the first one, but the first one of the reviews I'm doing. I'm definitely giving it an 8.5.
I can honestly agree with you. Like, for me, it's like Chainsaw Man, Doctor Stone, and then this. You know,
So it
but
most definitely is a good read, good fight. I love the combat, like, and the full on like smarts of it. So I definitely enjoyed it. Final thoughts for you, Davido.
yeah, like final thoughts for me. Like the only reason I'm not putting Burn the Witch there, and is because it's a limited series. It's not going to stick around. But like on this series, like I really would like to sit down and discuss with the author, like what the fuck drugs they were on when they created this.
Buy the good ones. Probably the good ones.
Because
Just saying.
like the choreography and everything is like an acid trip, but like you can't tell me that this dude doesn't know exactly the audience he's playing to. He's like, I want to get the edgier side of Shonen Jump of Run for His Money, and he's targeting knowing that Fujimoto's series is about to wrap up. I'm
Had to
sorry.
be the replacement.
Yeah, this will be slotted in where Chainsaw Man is. Like this will be the next like ultra violent, metal fest, but also have those glorious comedy and character moments because you see them even in this chapter. So yeah, like that's the audience he's going for, and fuck you if you think the Chainsaw Man's not ending after the soon after this chapter. Like what the fuck else? Red and I went on a tirade. Like, what the hell else is there to do at this point? So yeah, this will be slotted in right there. But yeah, this I'm just rambling.
Didn't the author kind of say like he was going to continue it though? Didn't he say that technically?
We don't know.
Like, I'm pretty sure Fujimoto like literally debunked you guys. I could be wrong though. I'm pretty sure he was like, "I'm staying here for a while" in an interview. I could be wrong.
That was never like confirmed or denied. If that was just trolling in a Discord server, but
like,
but in that review, Red and I went through the fucking author comments, everything. Like, there's no interviews out there other than like people talking about that Discord comment.
Like, I'm like, okay, so because you guys are my boys, I'm gonna be on your guys' side regardless. But it's just like,
okay.
Okay,
A motherfucker can link us to the actual interview where that's actually stated, not some motherfucker screenshotting something from Discord. I'd be curious to read it.
Because I'm like, I don't mind if it ends, because I mean, you guys are right. It definitely feels like in game now that I'm seeing it, but it's just like because Fire Punch really wasn't, like wasn't it was a very short series too. But I don't know if he ended it because he wanted to be short or if he got axed. I think that he ended it on his own terms. But who knows? Sure he may want to try his hand at a longer series. You never know. Also, tangents are in Undead Unluck now. You thought it was just me and Red to do them? Nah. Me and David too. Tangent time, baby.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, but like legitimately, like after this week's chapter, like Power being dead, like we talked about it in the Chainsaw Man video, like all you really have is Kishibe's coup. The one thing that holds on to that, like exploring the primordial levels, and then the Makima battle. Like that's really, and two of those kind of run hand in hand. Kishibe's coup, him wanting to kill Makima, and then Makima ruining every aspect of Denji's life like an abusive spouse. Like,
oh yeah,
like
sounds like a.
And the pacing of Chainsaw Man, the primordials can be done in a chapter. So like, yeah. Anyway, before we go on any more tangents, any final thoughts from you, man?
No, it's great. Like I said, I gotta get my rating. It's a damn good chapter, bro. High key, I'm curious to see. I'm literally curious to see what we go from here because it's been good shit like for a minute.
Oh yeah,
very good shit.
Absolutely. I am so curious, and I honestly hope that it works out in our favor that we're the ones doing the review next week too. Because I could talk about the series for, well, this video is somehow hitting almost 40 minutes.
Hey,
Every video we filmed this week so far has been 40 plus minutes. Holy shit. How?
Hey, it really be like that sometimes.
I'm making sure this ends in under 40 minutes. Until next time, guys. Peace.
All right.